Okay, I'm going to walk you all through the titration of hemolysin part A. Um, so video instructions. So you can read the instructions while you're going along. I think that'll be helpful, and then hopefully lab will go well. So you're going to need your P1000 for this, and you're going to need 12 test tubes organized in a row, and I would label them 1 through 12. So that's going to be how you label them. All right. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to prepare a 1 to 1000 dilution of hemolysin. Um, will be prepared for you on your bench. There will be a 1 to 100 dilution of hemolysin. This is actually just food coloring. All of this is just food coloring for me. You'll have real stuff. I'm just using this as a demo. And you're going to set your P1000 to 500 because that is going to be 0.5 milliliters. So what you're going to do is you're going to come take 0.5 milliliters. You're going to try to actually get it better than I just did. And you get 0.5 milliliters of your 1 to 100 hemolysin. You're going to add it to an empty test tube. And then you should switch tips so as not to contaminate your mag saline. I'm not going to, because again, it's food coloring. And then you're going to add 4.5 milliliters of mag saline. So here's the 0.5. And then you need 4, so I'm going to set it to 1,000. Remember, 1,000 microliters is going to be 1 milliliter. So your P1000 should be your tool here. All right, so it's set to 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can see here, right? First of all, you should end up with 5 milliliters of stuff here. Also, we just did a 1 to 10 dilution of a 100, which is going to end up with a 1 to 1,000 solution, which is what we want here. You're then going to add the mag saline to all of the different tubes you need. So, tube 1 is going to get 0.5. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Look at the chart. Tube 1's not going to get any mag saline. No mag saline goes in tube 1. So, tube 1, all set. Tube 2 is going to get 0.5 milliliters. All right. Again, 500 microliters of mag saline. All right. Tube 3 is going to get 1. So why are we doing this, right? We're doing this because the mag saline is diluting our hemolysin, right? So more mag saline means we're going to have a lower concentration of hemolysin in each one. So, right, so tube 3 is going to have a greater concentration of hemolysin. All right, tube 4 has just realizing I've been holding my hemolysin. So I'm going to do this again with the mag saline. Again. So I forgot which color I was using. Tube 1 gets nothing. Tube 2 gets 0.5. So we're going to set our P1000 to 0.5. This is the mag saline. Again, we're using this for dilution purposes. Tube 3 is going to get 1. Again, that's going to be 1,000. Thank you for bearing with me, y'all. I know this is going to take forever. If you want to fast forward through these parts, you're welcome to. Just don't mess up when you're titrating in lab. 3 is going to get 1.5, so that would be, or sorry, 4 is going to get 1.5, so that would be a 1 and then a 0.5, which is again 500 microliters. Alright. And then tube 5 is going to get 2. So to get 2, right, you're going to set your P1000 to 1. Please don't set your P1000 over 1000. That's not going to go well. 1. 2. All right. Now, tubes 6 through 10 are all going to have 0.5. Okay. The reason for this is we're going to be taking from our other tubes to add hemolysin to these tubes. Okay. So that's going to help us dilute these. All right. So there's tube 6.5, tube 7.5. Tube 8.5. Also, your mag saline is not blue. I just thought it'd be more fun than pipetting regular water. Alright, tube 11 doesn't get anything here, okay? That's because it's going to have really concentrated hemolysin in it. It's our negative control, so we want to have lots of hemolysin in it, but no complement. So it shouldn't do anything because it doesn't have any complement. We want to have sufficient hemolysin so if it did have complement, it would do something. Alright, 12 is going to also get, 12 is also a negative control. It's going to have no hemolysin, but it does get mag saline. It gets 0.5 mag saline. Cool. All right. Now this is the tricky part. We're going to add the hemolysin. Again, you should switch tips here. Hemolysin. This is the dilution you've already made. It's already 1 to 1,000 dilution. We're going to dilute it further. Not the first one. The first one is an empty tube right now, and it gets 0.5 mils of hemolysin. Tube 2 also gets 0.5 mils of hemolysin, but note that it has mag saline, so it's more diluted than tube 1. Tube 3 also gets 0.5 mils of hemolysin. Tube 4 also gets 0.5 mils of hemolysin, but again, note it's got still more mag saline, so it's more diluted. And then tube 5 also gets 0.5 mils of hemolysin. Alright. When you're doing this, you're going to want to mix each one. To mix them, you're going to pipette up and down, like so. I'm not doing that so the video doesn't take years. But you should do that on each one. We'll have plenty of time in lab. Alright. What we're doing next is we're going to make a further dilution. So this, right, tube 2 is 0.5 mils of 1 to 1,000 hemolysin and 0.5 mils of mag saline. So this is essentially now a 1 to 2,000 dilution of hemolysin. Excellent. So if we want to dilute that further, which we do, oh, no, we don't want to dilute tube 2 further. We want to dilute tube 3 further, which is a 1 to 3,000 dilution of hemolysin. What we're going to do tube 3, we're going to take tube 3. We're going to take 0.5 mils from tube 3. Make sure you've mixed it well at this point. We're going to add it to tube 6. So it was already 1 to 3,000, right? It's now going to be a 1 to 6,000 dilution of hemolysin, right? Mix that up. We're then going to take tube 4. Tube 4, right, is a 1 to 4,000 dilution of hemolysin. We are going to add it to tube 7, right? Again, we're diluting it by half, right? So it was a 1 to 4,000, now going to be 1 to 8,000 in tube 7. We are now going to take tube 5. Tube 5 was already a 1 to 5,000 dilution. We're going to take 0.5 mils from tube 5, add it to tube 8, right? Tube 8 is now going to be a 1 to 10,000 dilution. We then are going to go back over here to tube 6, right? Tube 6 has, what did I say was in tube 6 already? Oh, tube 6 is a 1 to 6,000 dilution already. We're then going to pipette it over into, you want to make sure you don't get bubbles like that. You're going to get it over into tube 9. Alright, it was already 1 to 6,000. It's now going to be 1 to 12,000. And then we're going to take from tube 7, already 1 to 8,000. We're going to go take it over here, and it's now going to be a 1 to 16,000. So we have a really nice range of dilutions, right, from 1 to 1,000 all the way to 1 to 16,000. So we're feeling pretty good about ourselves here. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot, in tube 11, you're going to need 0.5 of regular undiluted 1 to 1,000 hemolysin. Alright. Now we have an issue though. First of all, these aren't properly mixed. So you're going to want to go to each one, mix them up, boop, 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 pipette them up and down. Do that for each one. You're also going to need to discard some though, right? Because you'll note, right, tube 2 has twice as much volume as tube 1. That's an issue. We don't have consistent volumes across the board. So today you're going to need to discard some from each. So tube 1's got 0.5, it's fine. We're going to discard 0.5 from tube 2, put it right in your liquid waste. We're going to discard 0.5, oh, we're going to discard 1, sorry. We're going to discard 1 from tube 3. Again, right in your liquid waste. That should bring it down to 0.5. We're going to discard 1 from, ooh, I'm sorry, discard 0.5 from tube 3. Discard 1 from tube 4. 1 mil from tube 4. Should also bring it down to just 0.5. We should discard 1.5 from tube 5. Where is tube 5? This is why it's super important to label your tubes. 1. Set this again to 500. Alright. Alright. Tube 6, we don't need to discard. 7, we shouldn't need to discard. 8, we need to discard 0.5. 9, we should need to discard 0.5. And 10, we should need to discard 0.5. Alright, so right now, all of these tubes should have 0.5 milliliters of liquid in them. So they should all look the same. Alright, that's hopefully working out for you. You are then going to go get your complement. So you should be given one, oh, this is the red blood cells. You should be given 1 to 30 concentration of complement already. And we are going to take 0.3 milliliters, so that's 300 microliters of complement, and we're going to put 300 microliters of complement into each of the first 10 tubes and tube 12. Remember, tube 11 doesn't get any because it's a negative control. So we're going to just go through. While you're doing this, you should be thinking about what complement does, right? Also be thinking about why we're using guinea pig complement, right? Remember we're using sheep blood. Oh, not in tube 11. Good thing I skipped that. And into tube 12. I just lost my tip there. Bummer. Alright, sweet. You then are going to add 1.7 mils of mag saline to your first 10 tubes. I'm going to skip that step. You're going to add 2 to tube 11 and 2.2 to tube 12. Again, that's just to even out all the volumes. Your final step, and I will show you this, is you're going to add 5 mils of sheep red blood cells to each tube. Again, you should switch tips before you do this. The sheep red blood cells should potentially be the things that are getting lysed in this situation. So we hopefully are going to actually see, the change in color coming from the destruction of these sheep red blood cells um, in each one of these tubes. But you may know that sheep are warmer than our lab benches are. If you've ever met a sheep, they're pretty fuzzy, warm creatures. They're mammals. They're very similar to ourselves. So they're going to be functioning best at 37 degrees, as will guinea pigs. So we're going to put all this stuff that you've just taken, all of your tubes you set up nicely, into a 37-degree water bath for 30 minutes. And you're going to set up your second dilution after that. All right, that's the dilution set. Again, remember I skipped the step, the extra 1.7 mag saline in these ones, 2 in tube 11 and 2.2 in tube 12. Other than that, if you followed along with me, you should be totally caught up. Make sure to mix all these. You can get them into your water bath and set up the second dilution, which I think you guys should have a good grip on after this first one, which is definitely the trickier one. All right, please ask questions. Thanks.